Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with a deck profile update, and today I'll be giving you guys an update on a deck that I actually haven't shown you guys in probably a few months now, which is my Geargia hand Traptrix deck, a deck that I affectionately like to call Thug. The T, of course, for Traptrix, H for the hands, U for Upstart, since I do play Upstarts in here, and then the G for Geargia. So I have tweaked around the build a little bit, made a few changes to it. I actually think the next time I go to a locals, I may actually play this in one of my local tournaments, because I actually have playtested this deck a good bit online and in real life, but I've never really felt comfortable enough to take this to a tournament. But definitely would like to give it a try to see how it does, because I just like the deck. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty unique, so definitely will let you guys know how that goes when I am able to do that. So, but going on here with the profile. Starting off with the Geargia engine, we have the free Geargia armor, the free Geargia arsenal, and the free Geargia accelerator, all pretty standard. Now I know that one of my really committed viewers and subscribers, Samuel, forget his last name now, but yeah, you know who you are. He's instantly going to get on me for not having Geargiano in here. But the biggest reason I don't have Geargiano in this variant is because basically the build, is just so tight on space with all, the monsters and traps you have to play. And honestly, I like the idea of playing an extra Call of the Haunted over a Geargiano, just because you can use it to kind of, make your Gear Gigant float anyway, to get yourself into another rank 4 play potentially, or you can use it with your other engines, your Traptrix engine, your hand engine, your Thunder King Ryo, so on and so forth. So I just find Call of the Haunted to be a little bit more versatile. You have more options with it compared to Geargiano, and this deck, with all the different engines in it, you have so many different normal summons in here that Geargiano does take up. So that's why I personally like Call of the Haunted, a third one, over, say, the Geargiano. Because that's basically what I'd probably have to replace for Geargiano if I did play it, was a third call. But I personally prefer the call over Geargiano, but, that's just my own personal preference there. So then we have the 2 Traptrix Vermelia for the mini Traptrix engine, the 2 Fire and 2 Ice Hand for the hand engine. Then we have the 2 Max C for a hand trap. I just wanted to put this in here in place of duality, because what I found in testing with this deck is that there'd be a lot of times, even like first turn, where Pod Duality would be dead because you could just open with monsters that would give you plays, and you really couldn't do anything with duality. So I personally just like Maxi this format for all the decks that really like the Spell Summon, and this just helps you get to those combo cards that you need to be able to go off. So and it can even potentially hinder your opponent's plays. So that's why I do like the Maxi. Then for the final monster, we have the 1 Thunder King Ryo. So that's it for the monsters. Now on the spells. So starting off, we of course have the triple Upstart Goblin for consistency. Then for one-ohs, we have the 1 Book of Moon, just a generally versatile card that can also combo off very well with your Geargia armor, the 1 Regeki, and then finally the 1 Soul Charge. So now to wrap it up with the traps. Starting off, as I said, I do run the free Call of the Haunted. It may not seem like there's really a lot of targets for this, but what I found in testing, like when I was testing Call of the Haunted at 2, I found a lot of times where I wanted Call of the Haunted and just didn't have it. I even find that at free, there's a lot of times where I want Call of the Haunted and don't have it. A lot of times, just on its own, can be a 1-card rank 4 play with all the advantage you're getting off your Gear Gigant X plays and things like that. And then you also have the potential to bring back Traptrix Vermelia, the pop a back row on your opponent's side of the field. You have the potential to bring back a Thunder King Ryo to send your opponent searches. If you need a hand that just pop a card, you can bring that back as well. You can even bring back like a Dead Xyz, like a Dark Rebellion, just for a 2500 beater. So there's a lot of neat things you can really do with Call of the Haunted in a deck like this that is rank 4 oriented. So that's why I really do like the free, because it does really just make sure that you don't run out of resources too quickly, and it just make more plays than you normally would without it. Then we have the free Fiendish Chain for, of course, effect negation and attack stopping. The 2 Mind Crush. Of course, if you have Mistaken Arrest, you could definitely consider playing that. But Mind Crush is still pretty good, because even for those decks that don't search a lot, there's a lot of times where you can easily tell what they have in their hand. Say if it's Burning Abyss and they reveal it, or with Cosmos they don't search too much, but can usually tell when they have like a Forerunner or a Slip Rider in their hand. So Mind Crush is really good for sniping away key cards from their hand and just stunning their plays. Then we have the 2 Mirror Force for the Battle Trap. Then for the Vermelia search targets, we have the 2 Trapple Nightmare and the 1 Bottomless. I was previously playing a Void Trap Hole over the second Nightmare, but I mean, Void Trap Hole is pretty decent, but not so much this format. And I find that Nightmare is going to be live a lot more times than Void Trap Hole is, so that's why I do play that. And then Time Space, I mean, it can be good in certain like pendulum matchups, for example, but the life points that you lose off of it can be pretty costly. So that's why I personally like this lineup here for the Mammalia Search targets. Then for the other one-ofs, we have the 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Total Tribute, and the 1 Vanity's Emptiness. No Rain of Destruction or Compulse, just because I personally am not a huge fan of those cards right now, especially Compulse. Ring, I mean, you lose a lot of life, and it's only on your opponent's turn, so it's not as versatile as, say, Book of Moon or Compulse. But yeah, it's basically why I don't play those. So that is it for the main deck. Total of 40 cards. It's 18 monsters, 6 spells, and 16 traps. Now on to the extra deck. So starting off, we of course have the standard free Geargia X. Then we have the 1-number F-Zero Utopic Future. This of course you can use with 2 of your dead Geargigants, or with another rank 4 that you have kind of dead on board. Because of course this can't be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from attacks involving it. And then when it does battle an opponent's monster, you just take it until the end of battle phase. So it's useful for taking things like a Construct or a Leo that's really big to try to go for those OTKs. And then of course if it were to be destroyed by card effect, you can just attach these materials, so it's hard to get over and can really just net you a lot of advantage and potentially help you OTK. Then for some other rank 4s, we have Abyss Dweller, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Diamond Dire Wolf, because there are a lot of turns where you can easily make 2 or 3 rank 4 plays, and Diamond Dire can just be the extra insurance policy to make sure that you're able to get through with your offensive plays. Then we have Exciton, Cowboy, Samurai for the OTKs, since this does 1,500 more damage than a Geargia X play could do you. 1,300 more than a Dark Rebellion play could get you, and then 800 more than a Diamond Crab King could get you, as far as its double attacking is concerned. So that's why Samurai can be pretty good for closing out games. Then we have 101 Diamond Crab King for the towers out, and then to wrap it up we have Ptolemaeus and Diamond. Definitely, if you have the Goose to Emerald, I definitely would consider taking out one of these cards. Maybe an F-Zero, maybe a Samurai for Emerald, because it is pretty important to mid to late game recycle back your accelerators, recycle back your armors, so on and so forth. You can even recycle back your hands if you want to, but I unfortunately just do not own one at this point in time, so that is why I do not have it in here. So now to wrap it up with the side deck. So starting off, we have the 2 Flying Sea for, of course, the Burning Abyss and Shaddoll matchup, and is a hand trap that you, of course, can draw off of Max C. The free MST, since if you don't play it in the main deck, you have to play it somewhere in your deck, so that's why free are in the side for those annoying floodgates and macro. The 2 Zombie World to try to shut down Cleave Forts and their Tribute Summoning. The 1 Dark Hole, which to be honest is kind of just a place filler. I am going to be getting some Imperial Iron Walls here soon. I end up selling my Ultra ones, so probably once I get the Imperial Iron Walls, I'll replace Dark Hole and probably the 2 Flying Sea for free Iron Walls once I get my hands on those. They'll probably be common ones, unfortunately. The 2 Chaos Trap Hole to try to deal with Denko. It's also good against Cosmos, against Shaddolls, against Burning Abyss, even against Nekroz for hitting Manju, Sanju, and then against those decks that like to splash in the Clown Engine as well. The 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, since Cosmos are now a thing, Clowns are now a thing, and of course there are Satellars. The 2 Shadow Mirror for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls, and then finally the 1 Soul Drain for just any graveyard Bio-reliant deck, basically. So that is it for my deck profile on my Geargia hand Traptrix, aka Thug deck. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and remember, don't skip it, just click it. Speaking of those advertisements, of course, since they do help out a lot, so I definitely do appreciate that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.